This is Opinion City, where pro wrestling gets the conversation it deserves. Real voices, real opinions, live every Sunday.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? My name is Parmesan. Welcome back to Opinion City, episode 134. Due to the crazy storm outside and the snow, unfortunately, Eric Stevens could not join us tonight, but in his place is esteemed journalist, pop culture, film critic, and all of the other good stuffs. I messed all of that up. But it is Ben F. Severio, the newest member of the OC team. Ben, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, Sean? How are you?
I am doing all right. Like I said, we had no Eric Stevens this week, but we did have an idea. We were just at, last night, season 2 of Power Lucha's first ever season show. My words are all messed up today. F.I.S.T of the Northstar, which was an incredible show. First show out the gate. What were your thoughts?
Man, for a season premiere, they certainly delivered. You know, up and down the card, you could tell that everyone worked really hard to put on a good show. Everybody showed out, but boy, that main event.
Yeah.
Really nuts. You know, as you mentioned, the weather here on the East Coast,
it's
kind of not great right now.
It's not great.
So you know, Power Pro Lucha had to deal with a few changes,
which we'll get into in time about which matches were changed around.
Card subject to change, right?
The show must go on, as they say, as we are doing right here.
Absolutely.
But we're going to go over opinions, thoughts of every match. We're going to break down each match as they happened and update on anything that was changed. Because, again, there were the weather. But I will say, for the weather, we still had a sold-out crowd.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was still a sold-out crowd that showed up, snow or not, and made it and wanted to see what season 2 is all about.
Yeah, and you know they were certainly rewarded for making the trek.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's get down to business. Let's get into the very first match of the show, which was the four-corner prodigy match featuring Junie Underwood, Devious Cass, Julesy, and Flying Ryan O'Neal. Now, Ben, what were your thoughts going into that first match, and who'd you have to win that match?
Well, I was pulling for Julesy. He is someone who has kind of impressed me over the course of season 1.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen him at some other indies around town, and you know, that dude's working hard. Not to say that everyone in this match isn't working hard.
Oh, right, of course.
Julesy is definitely standing out to me as a potential breakout star this season. However, you know, Flying Ryan, what an incredible talent.
Oh, that dude really does fly. That nickname is not a joke. That dude can fly. Even last season, in season 1, he had that ladder match where he flew off the ladder. Oh, man. So, yeah, that man is definitely has a bright future ahead of him in season 2 of Power Lucha. The one person
you know, what a big week for that family, too.
Yeah.
Because his brother, Jordan Oliver, just debuted.
Just made it to AEW with Alec Price. Congrats to those guys. Much deserved. Deserved. But yeah, I thought the match was incredible. It was fast-paced from the jump. There were spots upon spots that I didn't even know existed that could happen. But to win it out, it was it Flying Ryan O'Neal? I don't know why I'm blanking out. But Flying Ryan O'Neal did come out with the victory at Power Pro Lucha and goes on to hopefully bigger and better things. What do you see maybe in the future for Flying Ryan?
Well, listen, you know, this was a prodigy match, so the next logical step is the Prodigy Cup. And, you know, any one of these guys could give Harleen Lopez a run for her money, but I don't know if she's ready for the high-flying stylings of Ryan.
Yeah, she is. She's very much like almost like a mat-based ground game with Harleen, whereas Flying Ryan would be flying circles around her maybe, and maybe giving her a run for her money.
Exactly. It's only a matter of time before Ryan gets his chance at the cup or even Weber Hatfield's title.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, that seems like something that Ryan is very well suited for. But, one step at a time. Uh,
Yeah.
he's still working his way up, and I think the next logical stop for him is Harleen Lopez.
Which brings us into our next contest here. We had the returning F.I.S.T with an unknown member going up against Thick Party and Eli Isom with Billy Avery in their corner. Now, who was, pray tell, the surprise third member of F.I.S.T?
When Ryan and Travis made their entrance and said that their third uh had trouble getting there, he wasn't there yet with them to make the entrance. I was just like, "Oh, another cancellation. Too
Right.
bad." But then, out of nowhere, Myung Jae Lee comes
Young
out of the
Jay
crowd
Lee.
and surprises everyone as a new finger of Fist, if you will.
Yes. Huge surprise back because we haven't seen him since season 1, so we didn't know
Right.
where he went. But apparently, he is now a full-fledged member, another member of F.I.S.T, which I gotta say, F.I.S.T is probably one of the most legendary trios teams, and the fact that it's evolved so much over the years is a testament to them as a team.
Absolutely. I mean, there are some pretty, as you said, legendary members to make up this faction. In addition to the current roster of Myung Jae Lee, Ryan Mooney, and Travis Huckabee, like they had Tony Deppen, they
Yep.
had Grant Akuma,
Yep.
Johnny Gargano. Uh,
Wow.
there there
That
have
one I didn't know
been
about.
oh yeah,
Oh, wow.
uh,
A deep cut.
early days of Fist have included some really heavy hitters. Um, but this current iteration is young and hungry.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know so for them to show dominance on a show that was named after them
Yeah.
uh seemed fitting, although the trio of Eli Isom and Thick Party put up a good fight.
Oh, they did put
you
up a
know
huge fight, and I gotta say, I do love Thick Party as a team themselves. It was
Absolutely.
cool seeing Billy in their corner. Billy tried everything and anything to thwart the ongoings of Fist, but unfortunately to no avail, as Fist did get the victory on their own named show.
Yeah, and I may be going a little far ahead of ourselves here, but we did have the chance to talk to Fist
We did.
prior to the show, and they did give me a little hard time for wearing my
Yeah, you were
Thick
wearing your Thick
Daddy
Daddy
Andy
shirt.
Brown
Yeah.
shirt.
They gave you a
Um,
little bit of a hard time for that, for sure.
Listen, I am an unbiased journalist.
Right, of
I
course.
try to present no bias in my reporting, but as a fan, how could you not get behind Thick Daddy Andy Brown?
I mean, of course. I mean, of course. I mean, he, and dare I say, we did have the chance to talk to him as well,
Mhm.
and he called himself boring,
Yeah, which is wild.
which is a wild statement because that man is anything but boring.
Absolutely.
And the stories that he told us in that interview were actually not boring and were very interesting. So the not boring Thick Daddy Andy Brown, unfortunately, took a loss. But what do you think the future holds for Thick Daddy going into Power Pro Season 2?
Listen, I mean, it seems like he's all in on this tag team with Unicorn Party.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a number of formidable tag teams on the PPL roster. So if they're going after tag team glory, there are a number of teams, including the Colony, State
Yes.
Champs, Crumbles, and Defarge. No, we saw the Delinquents last night,
Yes.
who were
Yes.
last minute addition. The
Yes.
Hands of Fate, even. There are tons of competition for Thick Party to go up against, and as of yet, we don't have a tag team title.
No, we
Uh,
don't. We
but the
don't.
division is strong. Of course, if Eli Isom felt like he was a good fit with Thick Party, they could go after the trios belts, the triple tech titles. Um, but we'll talk more about that later.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. Now, speaking of the Triple Tech Championships or Triple Tech Trial championships, however you want to call them now. Do you see possibly the future of Fist claiming those belts?
I mean, they will say so.
Right, of course.
They certainly have staked claim to those titles. However, the people holding them right now are no slouches.
No.
Uh,
Gummy Burger, which I still think they had a missed opportunity in calling themselves Gummy Burger, but
sure.
that's just me. Gummy Burger is still a great name, but they could have done with Gummy Burger. I think it would have been kind of just a little bit, just that little bit more. But anyway, speaking of tag teams, let's get into the tag team match that's next, which was Wild LLC taking on Common MK and the newly masked wrestler Senior Tiramisu. So, first of all, thoughts on the newly masked Senior Tiramisu?
Okay. We've seen Senior Tiramisu before.
Mm-hmm.
If you recall, he lost a match while he was competing as Jet Jagori.
Yes.
But due to losing that match, he has to wear a mask now.
Yeah. Which, if you saw that show, Kaminoke went to a series of masks before he decided on the mask that he chose, which, again, has now crowned him Senior Tiramisu.
And despite the name, he doesn't seem like such a sweet treat.
No. He's pretty sour after that match, if you ask me, because
he's very apathetic. He's not very much of a team player.
No.
I mean, he's not going to back down from a fight, but only enough to get him away safely.
Right. And the crazy part about that is that they won the match. Common MK and Tiramisu won the match against Wild LLC, but as soon as they won, he was out of there. He wanted no part of celebration, no part of Common MK. He was out before they even had a chance to celebrate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because, you should celebrate your victories.
Right.
But, if Senor Tiramisu is contracted to be there just for the match, then he's well within his rights to hightail it if he wants to.
Now, what were your thoughts on the match overall, and who did you have winning it?
I mean, honestly, I thought Senor Tiramisu would have turned a new leaf once he turned over a new face.
Right.
But, I did have them as coming out on top over Wild LLC, but I will say that Wild LLC brought a new life to their game this season.
And a new look. Because
Exactly.
I think for the first time in, I think, maybe ever, the upstanding Dylan Mesh normally tears off his suit shirt. But then he did the pants tear off, and he had matching gear with Dr. Ethan Wow, which I was not expecting.
Listen, you may think it's a small detail, but for a team to match in terms of their gear and their entrance, it does a lot for team morale.
Right.
So for them to finally look like a cohesive unit, is definitely a win for them.
Right. Even though they did not lose the match. Right. It was a moral win, even though they did not win the match. They're all about quarterly earnings and getting the right price. But unfortunately, I think the start of the season was not to their earnings quota.
Sure. One thing that can affect a product is the way it looks.
Of course.
This has been proven time and time again. So once you dress up something, I think the consumers are more likely to make a purchase.
Right. Well, they did upgrade all of their logos too. They did a merch overhaul. They have all new merch now, all new logos. So maybe they're getting somewhere with this new merch and new matching gear idea. Maybe they're trying to actually make it in PPL season 2. Now,
if there's one thing that the pro wrestling world can learn from Matt Cardona, it's that merchandising is so important.
Oh, yes.
And you can merchandise the hell out of everything.
Always sell. Always sell. Always be selling.
Always
Whether
be
that's
selling.
In the ring or out of the ring.
Absolutely.
Now, this next match was one that you and Danny were super excited for, so I'm super excited to see your opinions on this match. It was the
Oh, yeah.
Prodigy Cup title match with Harleen Lopez going up against newcomer to PPL, Gabby Forza. So,
Yes.
Ben, this is like basically your match. So please take it away.
Sure. I mean, the Prodigy Cup has turned into somewhat of the workhorse title of Power Pro Lucha.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone comes in challenging for this title as, under good faith, under good sportsmanship. Everyone wants to deliver the best match possible when they're
Mm-hmm.
competing for this title. And a lot of that has to do with the champion, Harleen Lopez. You know,
Absolutely.
quite a powerhouse. Uh, she has shown countless times in her time in Power Pro Lucha that she lives up to her moniker of the spiteful
Oh,
brute.
yeah.
But not just mindless violence.
Right.
She's clearly a technician who puts in the work, studies tape, spends a lot of time in the ring, perfecting her holds and her strikes and her offense. So Harleen is a formidable champion, worthy of that title. Uh, but her opponent, last night, Gabby Forza. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, some people may not give her the credit that she's due because of her whole, your homie the know me
Right.
thing,
Right.
like the world's tallest gnome or whatever.
Right.
But like as um as we heard in Samira's introduction last night, uh she puts her time in at the gym.
Yeah.
Like she's bench pressing heavy,
Crazy
you know,
numbers. Crazy
like
numbers.
lifting super heavy. So using her power and her muscle that she's earned by putting time in at the gym, she wasn't going to be an easy opponent for Harleen.
And she definitely wasn't.
Yeah.
Gabby
Uh
put in the work and gave her a run for her money. That's for damn sure.
yeah, I heard someone say that this Prodigy Cup match was the match of the night. And something that I heard consistently over season 1 was that the Prodigy Cup match is the highlight of any show, no matter who they bring in for it. So, now we kind of see that Flying Ryan has a claim to this title. He could be next to challenge Harleen. So she would be it would probably be good for her to study up on that young man's trajectory so far. But
Yeah,
as hard as Gabby fought, Harleen fought just a little bit harder that night.
yeah. And we had the chance to talk to Harleen after the show, and she definitely gave Gabby her flowers and then some, saying just how strong and how good and how just incredible Gabby Forza was in that match.
Yeah, Gabby is out there, making towns just like everyone else.
Yep.
So if you have a chance to catch Gabby at your local indie, highly recommend doing it. She is someone that you should be keeping your eye on for sure. I saw shades of an early Jordan Grace in there.
Ooh. Okay.
So, with Jordan taking on Jade Cargill over on SmackDown,
Yeah.
the Indies has plenty of room for more dominance in the women's divisions of the independents all over the country.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of the Prodigy Cup championship, we also had the opportunity to speak to a very, I don't want to say sour, but not in the best of moods, Junie Underwood.
True.
Because
Yes.
last season he has been vying, scratching, and clawing for that Prodigy belt, but every chance that she got, Harleen kind of thwarted him away. So do you think this could be Junie's season?
Junie is a lot more focused, in my opinion. When we spoke to him, and then when we saw him in the match, it seems like he's all business this season. He may be a little delulu, one might say.
Right.
But you know, he is as tough a competitor as they come, as we saw last night.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
there were a few opportunities where I thought Junie could have had it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you
And
know, yeah, you know, it just so happened that that Ryan was the better man that night, but you know, Junie came close.
he did come close. And as he told us, he is no longer the fire starter. That name is gone. He
Yeah.
is. He's just ready to go. He is no longer. He no longer has a name yet, as he said. He has. No, he is no more moniker. He's just Junie Underwood, and he's ready.
If I'm not mistaken, his exact words were he doesn't need a flourish, he is the flourish.
Yep, those were the exact words that he said.
Yeah.
And I mean, hey, if that's what you feel, go for it, man. We have, as long as it gets you to where it needs to get you, that's all that matters at the end of the day. But now it is time for probably one of the craziest matches that we've seen. And a lot happened, which we're going to have to get into because there's a lot of meat in this match, which was the 10-person tag team match. We had, bear in mind, Devontae's, Poison Hawk, and as we said earlier, the Delinquents stepping in for Crumbles and Defarge due to the weather, going up against the state champs, Sturdy Sal, David Moses, the Colony with his Ultimo Ant and Electro Ant, and the only member left standing of the Hawks right now, Danger Hawk.
Yeah, I mean, the aftermath was insane.
Yeah.
But you know, let's start at the beginning.
Yeah, let's start at the beginning.
Yeah. So the first thing to note is that Crumbles and Defarge could not make it due to weather, which is totally understandable.
Yes.
As businessmen, I'm sure they knew that it was in their best interest,
Right. It was
to leave the business to someone else that night.
a good business decision.
But the Delinquents that stepped in their place, boy, did they shine.
They did not mess around with that at all. No.
Yeah, you know, especially after teaming up with mainstays of Power Per Lucha, such as Bear in Mind,
Yep.
Devontae's, and Poison Hawk. They had a lot to live up to. But Josh Fuller and Mikey Banker, they caught my eye for sure, especially Mikey, because he's a big dude.
Big hoss.
But he can move, you know, like, and they're charismatic together.
Yeah.
Like they had a lot of really fun spots in the match. You know, especially against the state champs.
Yeah.
You know, I think if we had the opportunity to get the state champs versus the Delinquents,
oh man,
later on down the road, that could be a fun time.
Could be a really fun time.
Yeah, but you know, the Technicos team of Danger Hawk, the Colony, and the state champs, you know, it's always great to see those guys in the ring.
Yes,
because it's just it's a fun time. When usually it's a fun time. But
right out the gate, like you said, Danger, you know, the entrance hits, all of them come out. Danger, wasting no time, darts right in the ring and goes right for Poison Hawk.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame him after the events of the season 1 finale.
Yeah, Razorhawk being no more, being sent to oblivion after the loss in the casket match. Yeah, and who knows where Thunderhawk is? We haven't seen him since he got misted by Poison Hawk last season. So really is just down to Danger Hawk. Now, what was the big thing that happened at the end that we have to talk about? That that was the end of all match. And I mean, mind you, the good guys did stand tall and did win the match, but it was afterwards where everything went to hell in a handbasket. How did they win is the real key question, is how did they win?
You know, Poison Hawk did the unthinkable by unmasking Danger Hawk. I mean, he even had the audacity to come out later in the show to brag about it.
Yeah. Holding the mask up over everyone, saying, I got the mask. Like, yeah. What a disrespectful move on Poison Hawk's part. Him even wearing a mask, he should know that that's like a sin.
Yeah.
To unmask
you know, one
someone.
of the the most despicable things you can do in wrestling. You know, whether it's in England, in Japan, in Mexico, if you remove the mask of a masked luchador, that is just downright awful.
Yeah.
And for a masked wrestler to do that to another masked wrestler, without the stipulation of putting your mask on the line,
Right.
it's beyond rude. You know,
Yeah.
it's you know unthinkable, but it
Yeah.
happened. Like we saw it, and it's disappointing. You know, Poison Hawk could do so much better.
Yeah. But
It's
as he has said in season 1, his mission apparently is to destroy any and all Cyberhawks from any and all dimensions. So,
sure.
but unfortunately, with that last season, he won the match. So, like, could he still go to any dimension, or is he now stuck here on this plane?
You know, for a second there, I thought he may have taken the route of the Superior Spider-Man.
Oh,
Where
okay.
if
Okay.
you're not familiar with this Marvel comic, Peter Parker's brain was taken over by Dr. Octopus
Yes.
for a brief period of time, and
Yes.
while in Peter's brain, Otto Octavius turned a new leaf and decided that he could be a better hero than Spider-Man ever was.
Right.
So there was a glimmer of hope where I thought that Poison Hawk might be taking this route.
Mm-hmm.
But as we saw from last night, he's clearly just as despicable as he's
Yeah.
ever been.
Yeah. There's no holding back with that guy. It's unfortunate that we got to introduce a new Hawk, but like he's an evil Hawk. Like, my question now is there more evil Hawks, or is there just the one, because he destroyed everybody else, you know?
And for him to come out in front of this Philadelphia crowd to say that they're not used to a green eagle
Yeah.
getting victories. Oh, just an already despicable move from a consistently despicable guy.
The ultimate disrespect. Speaking of dimensions, real quick, got a shout out to our one dimension over in the as he says, YouTubicals. Devin the Tribal Chief, what's up? He said, did someone say dimensions? What's going on, Tribal Chief? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. But yeah, let's get into the next match. There's another tag team match, and this one, oh man, we had the Hands of Fate, which is Moros and Nemesis, going up against the outfielders Shay McCoy and Weber. And man, this one was also another, as JR would say, slobber knocker of a matchup.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, nobody was pulling punches here.
No.
There is some serious bad blood between the Hands of Fate and the outfielders.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Shay McCoy and Weber Hatfield are a duo that never backs down from a fight.
No.
No matter how insurmountable it may seem. And the Hands of Fate have been running wild.
Running
Powerful
roughshod.
Lucha.
Yeah.
Exactly. And unfortunately, the powers of the Hands of Fate were just too much for the outfielders to overcome on this night, which was a shame.
Yeah.
But you know, and as if defeating Shay and Weber wasn't enough,
Right.
the Hands of Fate decided to turn their sights on an innocent bystander.
Helpless.
Yes.
Private Eye Junior. He was just wanted to know what's going on. He was just had his magnifying glass, just wanted to see what's going on with the action, and unfortunately Moros grabbed him, squeezed the life out of his eye, his one eyeball. I can't imagine how much that hurt. And then proceeded with Nemesis to grab the repeatedly broken table. At this point, I don't know how many times they could tape it back together, but the repeatedly broken table, and they just put him through it. And yeah, like, what did he do to you guys?
It's it's unfortunate to see such violence against observers,
Right.
you know, like plenty of I mean, you know, the real world is full of enough examples of how terrible it is to attack the press,
Right.
to attack journalists,
Right.
you know. But for this to bleed into the world of Power Pro Lucha, not great,
No.
not a good look
No.
for these warriors of Naz Muldoon.
Yeah.
But they've never played by the rules.
No.
You know,
No.
if there's anything we've learned from the history of Naz Muldoon, it's that they will get what they want by hook or by crook.
That's exactly right. And
And
again,
these crooks stole a victory from the
Yeah.
outfielders last night.
yep. If there's one thing that the Special Envoy is good at, it's getting victories, although maybe tainted,
Sure.
but victories.
And you know, Moros and Nemesis were dangerous to begin with, even without the backing of the Spectral Envoy.
Right.
You know, we knew them both previously
Yep.
as Hot Sauce Tracy Williams and Matt Mako,
Yeah.
two of the most devastating competitors to
Absolutely.
ever step foot in the ring today, you know, in the world of professional wrestling today. But to have Naz Muldoon on their side
Yeah.
just gives them like a supernatural power where they don't even feel pain.
Yeah. No.
They have
yeah.
no emotion.
There's no emotion, no pain. Do you see anybody, as you know, you mentioned a slew of teams earlier. Do you see any of those teams that can stop the hands of fate?
God, I mean, if the outfielders weren't able to do it, you know, with their no quit attitude, it's hard to say that anyone else could really step up. You know, we may need to outsource this one.
Right.
You know, the top brass from Power Pro Lucha may need to call in another prominent tag team to
A number
do
of
their
favors.
best.
Right.
Exactly. So, I mean, Violence is Forever are someone
Yeah.
are people that we've seen in the past, but there are so many tag teams out there.
Yeah.
You know, the it I mean, if it comes down to it, I know Gummy Burger is busy,
Yeah.
but you know, they know firsthand how despicable the Spectral Envoy can be.
Absolutely. Now, where do you see the outfielders going from here after this unfortunate first loss of the first show of the season?
You know, it's tough because Weber, he looked so distraught after the damage to Private Eye Jr.
Yeah.
And you know, Shay is one to keep fighting always.
Always.
Weber may not always be the brains of the operation, but you know, both of them, I think, will do their best to bounce back. I just hope that they can keep it together, because you know, historically, the Hatfields and the McCoys were famously at each other's throats.
Yeah.
So as these cousins keep fighting, let's hope they keep fighting together.
Yes.
And not
apart.
each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely don't want to see that. Next match we're gonna have to do a nice deep dive into because man.
Oh jeez.
So you want to talk about Devontae's being a hoss of all hosses? Yeah. Last night we had a hoss fight in Big Calix going up against his first trials of the Calix, part 1. He went up against Bear Bronson of TNA Wrestling, and man, what can we say other than like it was? I mean, it was a hoss fight. However, there was maybe a little bit of a dance off in the beginning between Big Calix and Bear Bronson, so there was a little bit of fun in between. But once things got going, things got going.
It's true. You know, despite Bear Bronson being brought in by you know, Nicodemus for nefarious causes.
Yes.
And despite Bear Bronson's recent affiliation with the new and quote unquote improved version of the system,
right,
which saw him and Cedric Alexander beat their way into the system after taking out Moose and the now retired JDC.
Yeah.
You know, Bear Bronson has a mean streak in him, even though he came to Power Pro Lucha with seemingly noble intentions,
Right. Yeah.
despite his affiliation with Nicodemus. But that's where the chance of Big Bear came from.
Yes.
That's where the dance came from. For the most part, it was a good sporting contest. But when you look at the overall intentions of the match, with Big Calix's trials, Bear Bronson was a really tough one to overcome.
Super tough. Like they did not mince chops. They didn't mince punches.
Oh.
They didn't mince suplexes, body slams. Like there was so many. There was even top rope moves, which I didn't think both of them had in them. But there was splashes, and like they went all out for this matchup.
It's true. We were sat up in the balcony
Up top,
and I still felt the room shake from these two colliding.
Yeah.
Like these two massive men.
Yeah.
Just coming together shook the foundation of this building on the campus of lovely Drexel University.
Yeah.
It was insane.
And yet there were more shenanigans happening after the match. As what happened after Big Calix won there, Ben?
Oh man. Nicodemus was not too happy.
Not too pleased
about Big Calix making it past the first trial. And so he unleashed the beast. We saw the former Max Zero. He emerged from
Fenris.
darkness. Fenris.
Yes.
Descended upon the ring and did some damage to a beaten down Big Calix.
Yeah.
And it's the goal here is for Calix to get his hands on Fenrix, but let's get it in a proper match.
Yeah.
Let's not do it when he's already gone through hell and back.
Right.
With after the mauling that Bear Bronson delivered.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Fenris isn't one to play fair.
No. It seems in Power Pro that there's a lot of people getting transformed or voodooed or whatever you want to call it, being, Moros, Nemesis, Fenris. It's a lot of big guys doing big things.
Surely.
So
you never know what could happen in the world of Power Pro Lucha. It's pretty insane.
Now, what are your thoughts and what are your thinking Nicodemus's plans are for trial number 2? How can he top if Big Calix can beat TNA mainstay Bear Bronson?
Yeah.
What does Nicodemus have to do to get Big Calix down?
In the multiverse of pro wrestling,
yes,
someone who has been a hired gun for a number of people is Alex Hammerstone.
Ooh, that's a name.
He's a beefy boy.
He is a beefy boy.
So for another installment of Meaty Men
slapping man meat, yeah,
that would be great to see. We'll see how deep Nicodemus's pockets are,
right?
Because Hammerstone doesn't come cheap.
No, definitely not.
If I were to make some speculation, I would feel that Hammerstone would be a good trial for Calix to go through.
I also had a thought that maybe, not that it would be necessarily fair, but he could do a 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 4-on-1 even,
sure.
To see if Big Calix can really stand more than just one big guy. Rather than one guy, why don't you have 4 maybe smaller, more agile, more fit guys, and then have them go all at Big Calix at one time?
I mean, in Philadelphia alone, the citywide street gang, those hooligans could absolutely fall under the spell of Nicodemus.
Yeah,
they have some association with Mil Muertes.
They do.
After the Labor of Love show.
Yeah.
Which saw Cheeseburger and Mil Muertes face off in a casket match, which was absolutely insane.
Crazy.
That match was brutal. I could not believe that Cheeseburger came out on top on that one. But as we've seen time and time again, Cheeseburger is resilience, as is Big Calix.
Yes.
So if he were to face off against a tandem or a collection of people, Citywide Street Gang could surely be coerced with a 30-pack of PBR.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
or
we'll just
something.
give them some beer, and I think they'll be okay to do it. All right, we have to go to the main event of the show, which a lot happened, a lot went down, a lot of changes happened. We're gonna go through everything and all the changes and everything that happened, but let's go to it. The main event, the street fight for the Triple Tech Championships. We had the Special Envoy, Hollow Wicked, Frightmare, and Ultramantis going up against Gummy Burger, which normally is comprised of Cheeseburger, Boar, and Erica Lee. But what happened to Erica Lee?
Well, from what we were told, she has disappeared.
Yeah.
Like, Boar hasn't spoken to her in a number of days.
Yeah.
It's becoming a really concerning situation.
Yeah.
Could the Special Envoy be behind this? We're not sure. I don't want to throw blame around
Right.
willy-nilly or anything,
Right.
but, I don't think the Special Envoy is beyond abducting people.
Right. I mean, they pretty much have when it came to, the former Matt Mako, Moros. They're not, that's not really out of their realm.
Exactly. So, Burger and Boar were left to defend the Triple Tech titles on their own in a 2-on-3 street fight, which any competition against the Special Envoy is tough enough.
Tough, yeah.
But
Especially
when
after
you're
their first
outnumbered-
season.
Yeah, exactly. But when you're outnumbered 2-3, that almost certainly spells defeat.
Yeah,
However,
you would think.
we had I'll say an ace in the hole
Yeah,
for Gummy Burger.
a huge surprise. Yeah.
Oh yes, wrestling icon, especially
yeah.
around these parts.
Oh,
Tim Donst
woo!
stepped in and stepped up to help Cheeseburger and the Boar defend these titles.
Yeah.
And I was joking with Danny Lee last night, where she typically goes to death match and hardcore shows,
Right.
and this match would have fit right in on a GCW show, on
Any
a
day.
CZW show, because I mean, Tim Donst was cut right open.
Yep.
The Boar, showed some color there. I mean, like, the Special Envoy all wear masks, but
so you really can't tell.
Wearing them, they probably had grimaces on their faces the entire time.
Yeah,
They're getting beat down with kendo sticks and barbed wire bats.
Yeah,
and just chains. It was insanity, absolute chaos.
Yeah, they like you said, they had kendo sticks, chairs, the barbed wire bat. God, a no leg table.
Yeah,
a no leg table. That was used in the one corner. But man, I will say the Envoy gave them a run for their money. But
oh my God,
I think,
and that they meant business because Ultramantis came to the ring with jeans tucked into his wrestling boots.
Yeah, yeah. They were all three of them were wearing like just street gear. Like Hollow Wicked had on a hoodie. Frightmare had on like jeans and like all of them were wearing just street level gear for this match, which is very rare to see because they're always in their normal gear. So seeing them in street gear, they were not ready to mess around. They were there for business. They wanted those belts, especially after last season. Last season, the Envoy put a tear on the Power Pro division. But that last match, they just could not get it done.
Right. That also brings to question, where do the Spectral Envoy go from here?
Right.
I mean, this was a huge win for Gummy Burger.
Huge.
With the help of Tim Donst. And the Spectral Envoy is a huge force in Power Pro Lucha. But to suffer a loss like this, I don't think they're going to take that loss sitting down.
No.
This may just fire them up even more. The fires of Naz Muldoon will be burning brighter than ever when the Spectral Envoy seeks their revenge. So I know I wouldn't want to be the next person
No.
standing across the ring from the Spectral Envoy after this.
Now, do you think it's possible, based on last season, that Erica Lee might actually be joining the dark side?
Sean, that seems far-fetched.
I mean, what weirder things have happened. You know, Matt Mako,
Sure.
Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, now Nemesis and Moros, respectively. Weirder things have happened. So
I mean,
I wouldn't put it too far out of the realm if they somehow hexed Erica Lee and she now becomes part of the Spectral Envoy.
it is my hope that through the power of friendship,
Right.
that Erica Lee stays on the side of Burger and Boar, keeps fighting for what's right. You know, Erica Lee is a tough cookie.
She is.
I don't think the Spectral Envoy will be able to break her easily.
Mm-hmm.
However, even the heroes that fight the hardest
Right.
can have a weakness.
It's true.
You know, we've seen Stone Cold Steve Austin. We've seen The Rock. We've seen John Cena
John Cena. Yeah.
succumb to whatever evil they were dealing with at the time.
Right.
So for Erica Lee, you know, as strong as she is, as passionate as she is, as you know, as much as she has her friends behind her, who knows?
Right. I mean, you
Poison
don't know.
Hawk
Yeah.
at one point, you know, may have been considered an ally of the Hawks,
Right.
but here we are.
Yeah, here we are. One Poison Hawk. Now almost no Hawks because you know, Danger getting demasked. I mean, what's gonna happen to him? Like, Poison really did a number on the Hawks within a matter of months.
Yeah,
when he came here,
and it wasn't just that Poison unmasked a fellow Hawk. He took his face.
Yeah.
He took his identity.
Yeah.
That can really mess with a person.
When
you're
really
left
can.
without knowing who you are.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can see him bounce back from that, especially after the support system that he had after that match.
Yeah.
But, you know, mental health is a troubling thing.
Yeah.
You know, it can be fragile.
Where can the Hawks go from here, if they can go anywhere?
My God, they certainly need to rally.
Oh yeah,
that's for sure. They need to regroup and figure out a stronger formation to fly in.
It's crazy because, like, who would have thought that one Hawk could easily dismantle a trio of Hawks in just like that?
Yeah, you know, and as powerful as Poison Hawk is, I think eventually he may need an ally. And if that day comes, the Spectral Envoy are just as mean and nasty and willing to do the unthinkable. And if that day comes, Power Pro Lucha may be in dire straits.
It's in a world of hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be in it for a world of hurt. All right.
I mean, hopefully we don't get there, considering how strong the Spectral Envoy is already. But, you know, the paths of Poison Hawk and the Spectral Envoy are bound to cross eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the fact that Poison Hawk hasn't collided with them yet surprises me, because I think he would fit right in with the Envoy, even though he's he's also a fully masked, fully, you know, ready to go. Like, he would fit right in with the crew. So, you know, it's possible that if he needs an ally, he could call on Ultramantis and his crew to back him up.
Yeah.
Now, let's get into some highlights, maybe match of the night. What were your thoughts overall? And what do you see in the future?
Match of the night is tough because there were so many good ones.
There was.
You know, the Prodigy Cup title defense
amazing,
was very good. the tag team grudge match between Hands of Fates and the Outfielders, the first trial of Big Calyx.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, the Triple Tech title defense was brutal.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
That level of passion for not only fighting for these titles, but for the betterment of Power Pro Lucha.
Yeah.
Because if the Spectral Envoy were left to run wild, who knows
Who
what kind of
knows?
chaos
Right.
we'd see ourselves in Power Pro Lucha. So, it just so happened that the Technicos came out on top this time. But who knows how much stronger the Rudos will come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'd
I
yeah.
think my match of the night would be the Philly Street fight for the Triple Tech titles.
I would have to say for me, the 10-man match with the Hawk and the gang versus Hawks. This is the other Hawk. Devontae's Bear in Mind and the Winkwits was my match. It was just as crazy as the street fight was. This match was just as bonkers, just as insane, just as crazy with just and again that insane, just the disrespectful ending of that match for me put that over the edge for me. So that match, that was for me a match of the night. Match of the night.
Great. Yeah. And I'm sure the state champs who are very by the book.
Very by the book.
Are always looking to get a legitimate win. They're not happy with getting a win that way.
No.
So, as they told us before the show, they're always watching tape. They're always learning from their matches. They had a great record in season 1.
They did. Up until that last match. Last match.
So hopefully they take that and this as a learning opportunity as they move forward into the world of Power Pro Lucha.
That's right. So any final thoughts about PPL's season 2 and where you think they're going come April for their anniversary show?
Wild prediction here.
Oh, okay.
Wild
I'm down.
prediction.
I'm down. Let's go.
Filipino Grigio.
Ooh, okay.
I feel like he's going to emerge as a breakout star of this promotion.
Okay.
He has charisma. He has style. He has in-ring ability. And I think that season 2 could be the place where he can show it off. Unfortunately, he wasn't on the card last night.
No.
But I think when he does make his return to Power Pro Lucha, complete with his gourd.
I would say with his gourd, yeah, he's gonna need to get that back still because last we've seen Bill Goldberger took the gourd back after Wild OC had it for just a second.
Yeah. I'd like to think that Bill Goldberger understands how significant the gourd is and just gave it back to Filipino Grigio, but we still need to see the fallout from that.
Yeah.
And I don't think Grige is messing around when it comes to that. If I know anything about Filipinos, it's that they will fight for family and tradition and honor. So having a warrior such as Filipino Grigio among the ranks of Power Pro Lucha will definitely not only shine a light on the Filipino people, but the man himself needs that shine as well and deserves it, in my opinion.
I agree. I think for me, and we even said this last season, Ralph and I, but Harleen Lopez has been on an absolute tear, not just in Power Pro, but everywhere.
Yeah.
Last year, she had an incredible year. The year before that, she had, like, every year, she just seems to be getting better and better. And we have said she's one look away from getting signed to whoever will take her. Because I'm telling you, she has it.
Oh, yeah. She would fit right in the TNA Knockouts division.
Yep.
She would make a killing in Ring of Honor.
Yep.
I think those two spaces specifically, she would do well like even better, than we can imagine in.
Right.
But no matter where she ends up, selfishly, I'd
Yeah.
like to see her in Power Pro Lucha for many seasons to come,
Of course.
as she can be a pillar of this promotion
Yeah,
because of
absolutely.
the impact that she has with each show. But yeah, I can't sing her praises any higher.
No, there's just every time we see her, it feels like she just has it down. Like she
Yeah.
just knows what's up, knows the strategy, knows how to keep her wins, and like she told us, she's never getting rid of that trophy. You're not
Right.
getting it off her hands. She will die trying.
Sure, absolutely.
So with that, no top 5 today because obviously our guest wasn't here, but we will get into some upcoming events. So Ben, I know you do have an upcoming event soon that you're going to be at for
yes.
a birthday.
Sure, yes. My birthday is February 20th.
Yeah.
And on that day, Labor of Love makes their return to National Mechanics in Old City, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Go to Labor of Love's various socials for details on tickets and streaming, because Labor of Love
Yeah.
recently just made a huge announcement about
Huge
their
news.
home for streaming, which is Triller TV.
Yeah. Huge news from that one. Huge news.
Yeah, so come celebrate in person with me and with Labor of Love. But if you're not in the Philadelphia area, feel free to tune in on the live stream.
Yes, tune in. Labor of Love is going to have a hell of a year this year, especially with their huge announcement of Triller TV. That's going to be amazing. Cannot wait to see what they have in store for us. But for us here at the Opinion City, we have a bunch of events and an exclusive announcement for 2 weeks from now. First of all, next Sunday, February 1st, we are talking to, for the very first time, his very first podcast of Royalty Wrestling fame, Damian Malik. Now, Ben, I will give you the honors to let the world know, who do we have coming up February 8th?
February 8th. Oh, February is such a good month, not only because it's my birthday, but here at Opinion City, we have a major superstar coming on to the pod.
Huge.
Last night, he faced off against Big Calix. It is Bear Bronson.
Woo, baby. Yeah, we are talking to TNA's own Bear Bronson on the 8th. Huge news from Opinion City. Cannot wait to talk to him. Cannot wait to hear what his top 5 is going to be. He had a seminar.
Top 5 bears?
Imagine just top 5 there, just different types of bears. That would be actually pretty funny. But yeah,
Paddington, Winnie the Pooh. Sorry, I don't want to steal his thunder. So.
Yeah, you're gonna steal all of his ideas. He's gonna come in and be like, oh, what happened? Ben stole my idea. But yeah, so huge news out of that. Bear Bronson. But then after that, February 15th, I will not be here. I will be on a little vacay. But in my place, Ralph, possibly Ben, possibly Danny, whoever knows who's gonna be joining them, is going to talk the state of indie wrestling. So stay tuned for that. I'm excited to be listening to that after I come back, because the state of indie wrestling is a very important topic right now, I feel, especially with how much talent is on the indie wrestling alone, let alone the main rosters. So
for sure.
But yeah, stay tuned for all of that. Again, we appreciate you sticking around with us, even though we had to change some things and pull it back a little bit. So I appreciate all of your time joining us. I appreciate you, Ben Silverio, joining me on this lovely Power Pro Talk. Follow Ben F. Silverio on all socials across the board at B Silverio20. Is that right?
That's right. That's correct.
He has one social for all, like I do. I have one social for all at Parmachizo. Follow us on all socials at Opinion City Pod for all of your latest updates. And stay tuned this Wednesday as we return for the list every Wednesday. And then stay tuned in the future. You might see one Ben on future list episodes. So with all of that in mind, thank you all for listening to Opinion City Podcast, episode 134. My name is Parmesan. That's Ben F. Severio. Remember, be kind to everybody. You know, it's good to be nice to everyone, especially in the wrestling scene. So with that in mind, we appreciate all of your support, and we will see you next time.
That's Opinion City. New episodes live every Sunday on YouTube. And to our Patreon members, thank you for supporting independent wrestling media. We'll see you next time.